Bless you, brothers and sisters. I'm trying to make a topic on leaky gut. It's a very difficult topic to talk about. I think sometimes we know this leaky gut thing, but maybe the understanding. So, what is leaky gut? And what are the causes of leaky gut? How can we prevent leaky gut? What are the fruits or the foods that we can eat to help leaky gut? What are the spices? And also, to start with, leaky gut. So the gut means your stomach, your GI tract, your intestinal lining. Okay. So talking about the GI tract, I'm talking about the stomach, the intestines, the colon. So where it begins and where it ends. And Hippocrates, one of the greatest doctors in time past, yeah, said all your sicknesses begin from here, or all your healing is there. So you are what you eat. Okay. If you are eating good stuff, it works through, get into the bloodstream, it affects your skin, your health. So what is leaky gut? Leaky gut means the intestinal lining is perforated. So let's look like maybe a sieve or a fishing net. Yeah. So with a normal fishing net, it catches the fish. But if the net tears, now some of the fishes can even come through and go back into the sea. That is a very funny analogy. So your intestine has an intestinal coating, intestinal lining. We call it the gastric mucosa. So the food goes through it, and you know the stomach is acid here. Okay. So if the lining is bad, other things can leak through the lining into the bloodstream. So we eat the food, it comes into the stomach. So we have divisions. Okay. So the stomach is supposed to be acidic, high pH, so it kills the bacteria, etc., etc. And then the food is processed, it goes into the other intestines. So by the time it's in the small intestines, we have different sections of the small intestine. But in the small intestine, the food is nicely macerated or nicely blended. So it goes through, and then vitamins that are important leaks through the gastric mucosa, permeates, because God has naturally made it to be able to permeate into the bloodstream or whatever helps absorb into the blood. But if the lining tears, maybe through an ulcer or thinning of the gastric mucosa or thinning of the gastric lining, then we have a problem. So now things that are not supposed to permeate or enter into the bloodstream are entering. So the blood hormones have to speak and say, what is going on? We know we've got a foreign body here. So now they begin to create an inflammatory response to attack, because that is the nature of the body. So now autoimmune diseases can occur. That doesn't mean instantly. These things can take years, but the body is giving you a sign. So that is basically leaky gut. It can lead to diabetes, autoimmune diseases, skin rashes, bloating, uncomfortableness, IBS, many things. So if your gastric mucosa is thin, which is ulcer or ulceration, there is a problem. So people will be having diarrhea, So the basic symptoms, yeah, could be diarrhea, bloatiness, tiredness, different kinds of things. So the disease process will take a long time before it forms. So sometimes when you feel these bad symptoms, simple fasting for an hour or two, drinking water, drinking a herbal tea, or eating some apple, or sometimes people know how to deal it. And sometimes naturally you are dealing with it and you don't even know. But when we don't know and we don't look after ourselves, well, after a long-term basis, metabolic issues occur. Okay, because the inflammatory response can lead to so many reactions in the body. So it doesn't only affect your intestines, but now it's affecting other organs. So leaky gut syndrome is an important topic I think we should all research on. Okay, so the symptoms I've given you, the causes could also be other things. Yeah, maybe it's not through food, but your gastric lining is thin. So how are you going to look after your gut? Eat foods that will naturally coat the gastric mucosa. Yeah, so flaxseed, chia seed, maybe eating a banana, fruits more, eating more fruit. So don't start your early breakfast with eat more fruit, feel better. Or sometimes you wake up, you feel bloated, give yourself a chance, do intermittent fasting. That might also help. Yeah, so leaky gut syndrome I've given you. So there are spices like fennel, cinnamon, cardamom. Yeah, so there are spices that can help heal your gut lining. So look for those spices. There are fruits that will heal your carrots, mango, guanabana, almost all the fruits. Also, this dragon fruit. I didn't like it at first because of the name. I don't know what I have with dragons. But the dragon fruit, oh, it coats the gastric mucosa. It gives you free valve. And that starchy phlegm, in it coats. Just like banana, it coats the gastric lining. It also cleans it. Papaya. So we have something we call probiotics. So probiotics will help the gut microbiome. And they are what are probiotic? Probiotic food, probiotic fruit, probiotic drinks. Look for them. Not the ones in the shops with much chemicals, but things like kefir, fermented foods. Not too much fermented food, but your kefir, your sauerkraut on your food can promote your gut microbiome. Your apple cider vinegar, like a spoon in the water early in the morning. Sometimes you don't have big stuff to start. Apple cider vinegar, if you have an apple, eat it. Or if you have lemon in water, start with lemon water first in the morning. Or if you have a fruit, start with the fruit first. If you have banana, or if you have plum, sometimes I do plum. If I don't have papaya, plum, like 6 or 7 or 8, eat it, drink some water, give yourself 30 minutes, it cleans your colon. And then you feel that when you have free valves, you feel good. If you have date syrup, you can put a bit in your milk with turmeric and cinnamon and drink. Sometimes I do that for the children. Or just a tea bag to start with. So there are lots of probiotics to help the gut microbiome. If you are an early breakfast eater, you could have your natural yogurt with your granola, or your natural yogurt with some chopped apple or chopped fruit or chopped raisins or cranberries. So there are many ways you can help the gut microbiome. Or eat your yogurt at least once a day, or eat some papaya, or eat some oranges. But oranges in the morning, some people are suffering with other gastric issue. Eat your orange after, you see. So look for things that are collagen, maybe a bone broth in the morning, whatever you have in water. So probiotics, yeah. So healing the gut microbiome. And stay away from foods that will make you bloated. Beans is nice, but know when to eat the beans. There are different kinds of beans. Try one, try the other. The one that make you feel bloated, stay away from them. Okay, beans is a good source of fiber. So make sure you have good fiber, good protein, less carbohydrates. And if you want carbohydrate, look for the complex starches. Yeah, have good oats, rolled oats, not the ready bread. It's not bad, but it's a high glycemic index. Okay, so if you are those of us who want to lose a bit of weight, we could be looking at less carbohydrates. So good fiber. Eat your olives, yeah. Eat your seeds, your olives, avocado, yeah. Have good natural butter, your ghee, maybe like a spoon of ghee a day for lubrication. It is fatty, but that's God made it naturally for us. Stay away from vegetable oils if you can. Use them sparingly for certain things that you can't use other things to do. But use olive oil on your food. Don't fry it too much. Use coconut oil for your bread on your paste, or use them to fry your eggs. So we can shop little things. It hasn't got to be expensive, but look at what you have around you. Rice is excellent because it hasn't got there's something, I've forgotten the name. If you have celiac disease, gluten, your rice doesn't contain gluten, yeah. So there are different kinds of rices. If you don't like the starchy ones, you can have brown or light brown, or the basmatis, or rice in moderation, yeah. Even if it's a very starchy one, it's a complex starch, have a little bit, and then it's glycemic index. You can change your sugar to natural sweetness like xylitol. I use a date syrup. The glycemic index is not that bad. It also heals your gut microbiome. It contains the fiber as blended. So there's a lot we can tackle about. I can't give you all, but do research and also try things little bit. See how it works for your system, because if the thing is good, you will feel, your body will tell you, and then you grow from there. Some things, I take this, I don't feel good. Stay away from them, or moderation. I don't eat biscuits, but if I go for biscuits, it's 1 or 2. Okay, I've got my moments. So we have to be careful what we eat, how we eat it. If biscuits are not good for you, don't eat that early in the morning. In between, after your fruit, your vegetable, then it balances it, yeah. And then your coffee, there are coffee substitutes as well. So natural coffee once or twice a day is okay if you're a coffee drinker. But if you want the coffee taste, have natural, like the chicory. Chicory is made from a vegetable which has been roasted, and it's a perfect substitute. But if I'll take my coffee, take it in between, maybe after your breakfast or your lunch, and then it balances. Okay, some people know how to take the coffee naturally, just coffee early in the morning. I think the natural coffee also have antioxidants. So just know yourself. Who are you? What do you like? What can you give? Also, excessive alcohol is bad for the leaky gut. Also, stress. You say that you can have diarrhea, you can have. So stress messes your metabolism. Something simple as stress. So you can be eating all the good food, but if you are stressing yourself, oh, stress is a killer. Learn to be happy. Don't worry for too long. We are human beings, but find a way to look for a coping mechanism. There's always a way out. Give yourself, meditate. Sometimes forget the problem for about 10-20 minutes, and you see how your natural response of your brain. Do meditation, read the word of God, play a song. You know, if you have a religion, whichever one you have, do your meditations, read your scriptures, sing, cook, visit, do anything that you like doing. Okay, so this is the basic that I'm doing on the gut microbiome, but I'll be talking on other topics. Yeah, probiotics are very important for you. You could also buy supplement like acidophilus and baxo. You know, they are two bacteria. But if you eat your natural yogurt, you get your lactobacillus or your apple cider vinegar or your apple, good apple, a crunchy one. Okay, and also we have to learn to wash our vegetables and our fruit with sodium bicarbonate, because sometimes we are having all the good things, but the toxins is also another powerful part of the issue. Buy water filters to filter your drinking water. If not, boil them. At least it kills something. You see, now and then add a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little bit to it. You know, so there are many ways we can help our gut reducing the toxins. Once a week fast, or just do fruit. There are fruits which are also clean on the legs on the pesticide level, because they can't be contaminated. Look for those fruits. Avocado is one of them. Papaya is one of them. The cruciferous vegetables like your cabbage, your broccoli are excellent. But still, if you are not sure, sodium bicarbonate doesn't hurt. It neutralizes the poisons. At least it will neutralize 50% or more. So have sodium bicarbonate, yeah? Put it, soak it, 10 minutes, pour it out, and just raise it off so it won't stay over your food. And even if it stays a little bit, it neutralizes your body, because you don't want too much sodium bicarbonate in your body, yeah? It's, you know, so be careful. But just to washing the fruit, it's excellent. And there are YouTube videos which other people have made how to wash with sodium bicarbonate. Okay, lemon juice, it can be used to wash your things, or apple cider vinegar. So how we wash our vegetables are also important. And you know, some things are clean, some things are not clean because of the way their makeup is. But your salads, they are so exposed to the sprays, so make sure you wash them, you know, in vinegar. Okay, also keep your sugar level down, your insulin. So those of you who like snacking, refined bread, refined carbohydrate, not having enough fiber, not having enough fat. So your essential fatty acid, your fiber, your essential fatty acid, your protein. So you might not be eating meat, but you can eat your plant-based protein. Yeah. So your beans will have the fiber, will have the protein. It's not generating insulin. You understand? Your seeds, Brazil nut, sesame seed, coconut, another powerful fiber that will feed your gut microbiome, doesn't generate insulin. You get your essential fatty acid. Coconut. You can have the coconut powder. Sometimes when I make my coffee or my tea, I have milk, I'll still put a spoon of coconut, you know. And also go for organic milk. If you have the conventional cow milk, use little bit, because there's too much hormones. Antibiotics is a killer for your gut microbiome. So if you've been on antibiotics, try and get acidophilus tablets from the shop. There are two bacteria, lactobacillus and something basifido, which I can't mention. I'll have to look for the name, because it takes a long time for your gut flora to heal if you've had antibiotics. People don't realize how bad antibiotics is. If you can, when you need, go for natural things for the antibiotics. So use antibiotics sparingly. But after you've been off antibiotics, find ways to promote probiotics, or get a good supplement from Holland and Barrett, you know. So this is my little video. how to keep our gut microbiome and look after ourselves, because if it's fine here, your body becomes alkaline, so the toxicity starts from there. Yeah, we are just eating. Sometimes people are not even drinking water, drinking Coca-Cola, eating white bread, eating crepes, eating mixing things. We have to learn not to mix too much. Sometimes, what am I eating in the morning, what am I eating in the afternoon? Make sure you have the right combinations. Yeah, so you eat papaya, then all of a sudden you are eating another thing that shouldn't mix. We have to be careful. Yeah, some things can be mixed and some things cannot be mixed, so know which one. And everything moderation. Yeah, discipline also is needed. Self-control. It's not only for our sexual desire, but self-control also in our appetite of food. So controlling our appetite, our food appetite also need to be controlled. Self-discipline. We have to discipline the self, because that's what the stomach and the so let's discipline ourselves. Thank you for listening. I know this is a very rough footage of my video, but I'll try and come up with a better video. God bless you for listening. If you like it, subscribe, thumbs up, give comments, bring ideas.